Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, this is Captain Nav. Welcome to this flight today from Dublin to Boston on the
confirm
triple 300ER, and it's flight Aer Lingus 137. Normally it's normally flown on 330, but today I'll fly this route on the 777-300ER. So, without further ado, we'll get multi-crew experience to do the initial flow, and then I'll get cracking with the FMC. First flow.
Okay, will do. I will do the exterior inspection for you, Captain.
Hello East2, how are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Rightio, so I'll get the FMC set up. We are in Dublin, Echo India Delta Whiskey. The gate position is as such here. And then we'll request the route. It's a company route I've got today. It's down here. Request the route, and in the meantime, the RS, the ADIRU is already aligned. The RS is for the 737, it's not for the 777. Anyway. I'm alright, thank you very much. I'm alright. Today we are on a long route, but I've got failures set up, so we'll see what happens. I might not get all the way to Boston, depends on what failures are installed today, so it's gonna be interesting. So the route is Inco, Bexet, Dougal, 55 north, 20 west, 55 north, 30 west, 554, 5350, recall. Okay, that's all correct. You can execute. The perfinite page, we need to accept it first, otherwise we can't do any corrections. Cost index is 200. It's virtual fuel, so we can get cracking. And the reserve is 5 and 3.2. That's 8.2. 8.2 will set. And 30%. That's correct. Departure, arrival, runway 28, and it's Incourt 5 Alpha from runway 28. That's all correct. There's no discontinuity. Execute. Legs page. It's all good. It's all in there. It's basically to Oscar Echo and then to Incourt. Route data, we'll load the route data. We've got some good winds, it looks like, in cool. Yeah, that all makes sense. We'll load the decent winds as well. (2626), that makes sense. We'll route copy. Route 2 back to route 1. All the links are ready. The transition altitude in Dublin is 5,000 feet. Done. pre-flight flow.
Okay, for pre-flight. Pre-flight complete, Captain.
Okay, cool. The pre-flight is complete. We are all set up, and let's have a look outside. Yeah, they're bringing the all the ground equipment, so we're gonna be doing the boarding. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Simon Yod. Thanks. Welcome on board. Hope you enjoyed the stream today. And we should have, yeah, the doors are open at the front. Passengers are boarding. Cool, so we are all fueled up. The FMC is almost set, we just need to enter the performance. So today will be left seat takeoff, runway 28 in Dublin. And I'll spare you with the usual brief. I'm not gonna bother too much with that today. I can't display the charts for Dublin on the stream, unfortunately, but the departure itself, as we can see on the ND, is just to Oscar Echo and then to waypoint IMCO, so it's no big deal. Right, so what I'm gonna do in the meantime is finalize the FMC preparation. We have a zero fuel weight of 210.6 and fuel is 55.4, so 266 for takeoff. And as I put in the chat, takeoff should be about 265.1, so minus the taxi fuel, that makes sense. The assumed temperature, I think we're probably gonna be able to go about 55 degrees. 91.3, that looks fair enough. Then the engine height acceleration is 1000 feet, acceleration height is 3000, and thrust reduction 1500. Then takeoff flaps, we're gonna go for 5, CG 5.5, and then the speeds 160, 165, 170. We've got 250 below flight level 100, 340 is the first level. That all looks good, so I can go AirNav, VNav, track 279 and 90 as the initial altitude. Cool, so that's all set up. We'll do the pre-flight checklist as well. We're all briefed up, all filled up. Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested.
Flight instruments.
Heading set, altimeter set.
Parking brake set. Fuel control switches cut off. Pre-flight checklist complete.
Very good, excellent. So basically now just getting the all the containers in, and then we'll be pretty much ready to go. So Sunday morning in Dublin. Not looking too bad, actually. Nice. Very, very good. Right, we'll jump back in. Still boarding, actually. Start the APU. Yellow. Fantastic, eh? Yellow. Okay, so all the passengers are on, so we'll do a quick PA, welcome on board, and let's hope it's gonna be a good flight. But I've got a feeling something will creep up later on, so we'll see what the deal is. As I said, I've got some random failures enabled, so I don't know what's gonna happen. That's gonna be interesting today. Rightio. Can we expedite the baggage loading by any chance? I'm not sure if we can do that. Let's see. Oh yeah. Alright, if we can do that, then I'm gonna cancel that and start doing the rest of the flow. So first of all, we're gonna
confirm off the 4 stab trim cutout.
We're gonna close the doors. All the ground electrics we can get rid of. And ground connections, they can go off. And then the doors we're gonna close. And then we're gonna arm all these good doors. Excellent. Cool. Before start flow.
Roger. Recall engine shutdown. TCAS off.
Cancel ICAS.
ECAS clear. Crest. ready for before start checklist.
Cool, so we're gonna push with the tail to the right. It's probably gonna put us into the building actually. But yeah, I'll probably stop the push to tell the truth. We'll see how it works out.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Before start, checklist.
Before start checklist.
Locking gear.
Flight set door.
Closed and locked.
Passenger signs as required. MCP.
Set.
Takeoff speeds.
Set.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Departure check completed. Live
Trim.
oxygen inserted.
Set.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Start that wheel.
Beacon on. Before start checklist complete.
Start right engine.
Starter engaged. Engine 2. Start valve open. Engine 2. N2.
So let's see where it's gonna push. The building, yeah, is not very far. Oh well. Not sure it's gonna stop before we get into the building, but I'm gonna disregard that.
Fuel flow. Engine 2. Starter cutout. Engine 2.
Set parking brakes.
Start left engine.
Aborting start. Engine 1.
Start left engine.
Starting engine number 1. Start valve open. Engine 1. N2.
Hello, Swedish Shim pilot. How are you doing today? Good to have you on the stream. Hope you're gonna enjoy it.
Tow truck disconnected.
If you have any questions, please let me know.
Fuel flow. Engine 1.
So I had to stop the push because we were getting close to the building. The building is here, and the tail of the aircraft is not far from it.
Starter cutout. Engine 1.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Before taxi flow.
Okay. Recall ready for the checklist.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 1. 5 selected.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 selected.
We'll check the controls. For some reason, there's something not working with the controls. Okay, well, we'll see what happens later on. Cool. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice.
Auto.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brake. RTO. Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Okay, dokie. Ready for taxi flow.
Sure. Ready.
That's why the controls were not working, it's because they were reduced. There's always an explanation. Takeoff review flow.
Skipper, do we know the active runway yet?
Takeoff review flow.
Yes, Captain. Flaps as required. Runway correct. V2 set. PFD and runway track correct. Initial altitude set. Trim set. FMC set. Transponder set. I will do the checklist when the cabin is ready.
Excellent, so waiting for the cabin. If the cabin doesn't get ready, I'm not gonna hang around for too long. Because there's no point waste. Oh, here it is. Oop, sorry, I'm watching the other computer. Hey, Aiden 777, hello, how you doing? So the cabin is ready. I'll go on the weather. We can go, oops, that's not what I meant to do. This one on the terrain. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Set.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Very good.
Somewhere around Echo India Delta Whiskey.
Yep, that's where we are. Dublin. Guys, like always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Runway entry flow.
Roger. Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Cool. We'll have a quick look. There's nobody on final. Line up runway at 28.
Approaching 3-4.
It's confirmed. But we're going on the runway 28.
Approaching 28 on runway 28.
It's confirmed once again. So we'll set about 55%, then hit Toga. We have thrust ref. And the thrust is set. 80 knots. Hold. I've got Baldonal Airport coming on. Fantastic. Gear up.
Gear coming up. Gear up and secured.
Cool, so I'll hand fly the departure for a while, and then we'll engage the autopilot later on. It's nice to have a bit of practice. So about 3,200 on the altimeter. The flight director is gonna command almost leveling off, well, at least a more shallow climb, so that we can accelerate to the flap up speed. So here we are. It's going for 240 knots. The flight director is starting to show a more shallow climb. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 selected.
Flaps up.
Flaps going up.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear up. Flaps up. After takeoff checklist complete.
Okay, so in the status we still have that back right and back FCV upper right, but it's going away. I think it's a little bug. That's certainly not one of the failures I'm expecting today. And now it's the back left. So we'll go for flight level 190. We passed the transition altitude, so we'll reset standard.
Transition altitude 5,000 feet.
Yep, that's all cool. We can close the status page, and off we go. So at 55:30, we're just short of the NAT timings at 10:59. So we'll theoretically we're still on a roundup route. We're not on the. Although this is one of the tracks today, it's not the actual track times. The time for the track starts at 11:30 Z at 30 West. So we're just slightly ahead of the tracks. So initially recommending 340, the optimum is at 349, so we can climb flight level 340. It shows 360 and 193 miles. I might be a little bit tight because the max is still 360. Don't want to be too close to the to the barber pole and also to the low speed regime, so I'll wait a little bit maybe. $10,000 climbing flow.
Okay. Seat belt sign on auto.
Seatbelt sign auto.
Seat belt signs auto.
Okay, so it's given me the seatbelt sign auto. Oh, the CDU has failed. Okay. Jeez, it didn't wait too long to start giving me all these problems. Okay. Alright. Let's see. I go up to 3-4 now. There's no ATC, no traffic. Okay, so when the CDU fails, let's see. Basically it comes on the center CDU there. If we go CDU, FMC, and we've got the right FMC, which is transferred to the center FMC. Not sure if there's an actual checklist for that. I doubt it. Not normal. Navigation. No, there's not really a checklist for the CDU. Okay, yeah, it's just transfers from the right to the center FMC. That's cool. So we can close the checklist and we can keep going. Beautiful. Oh well, that was just a little glitch. We still have the two FMCs working. It's just the CDU, so the actual screen, if you want, of the FMC there, which is kaput. And in this case, then you can transfer it to the. You can transfer the right FMC towards the center FMC there, which is actually not an FMC in itself, but it's got the capability to transfer the display and the CDU there onto the center one, which is good. So I think the crossing was supposed to be at decimal 85. So maybe to set decimal 85 at some point. Let's see. On the next page from Doggo, maybe 84. 84 maybe will be better. Not sure what gave 85 on the flight plan. Okay, 85 will be good. 84, I mean. That's Shannon. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, FlightSim TY. Welcome on board. Welcome to the stream. I've already had one little glitch today. The right CDU is kaput, so almost automatic. Well, it doesn't automatically transfer to the center FMC, but you can do that. If you go to a menu, you can either go back to the cabin interphone as well, it's usually set on, or otherwise now that the race EDU is US, and you can transfer the right FMC onto the center FMC there, which is good. So we're just about approaching the top of climb, as we can see on the navigation display there, and that's Shannon. Which is maybe around here, I'm not sure yet. So obviously everybody knows that Aer Lingus doesn't fly at 777s, as I said to start with. It's usually flown on a 330, on an Airbus 330. But I just thought that I would do the flight today on the 777. I don't have the 330 anyway. I am indeed, yeah. If you fly this plane in real life, then it's not like working for free. No. It's alright, that's just good fun. Alright. Shannon is supposed to be down here. Can we see Shannon? Where are you, Shannon? Anyway, the weather is good for Shannon as well. It's looking quite clear. So we're almost approaching top of climb. Then we'll settle down for the long crossing. Yeah, the 777 is a nice aircraft, and the simulation there is really well done. It's really good. So yeah. Sorry guys, oh, I think that's Shannon there. Here it is. Yeah, I think that's Shannon. We're just passing a beam it. Okay. And then continuing towards the west coast, and then pretty much over the water. So flight level 330, climbing level 340. So for those of you who don't know how I kind of operate, I've got also on the side another computer, and unfortunately I can't really stream what I'm doing on the other computer. And basically I've got all the flight plan and charts and all these good things, and also the Evlasoft EFB, so I've got some sort of like moving map with the aircraft and all these good things, so that's quite good. So leveling off flight level 340. The first thing I'm gonna do, because we are close to the entry at Dogo, Dougal, I'll set decimal 84. And we'll wait. Let's see. Yeah, the max is still 360. Wow, it's recommending 280 now. Unbelievable. So what I'm gonna do is set step to 0, maintain 3-4. It's obviously gonna penalize us a little bit on the fuel. And then we'll set a step later on. So decimal 84 at Dougal. And then possibly a step at 30 west. Step, something like that. Then once we are on the other side at recon, we can go back to econ with E, and then we're into a domestic airspace, so we can resume the speed. Cool, all set. So yeah, so reaching the top of climb, we would just oh, you can never get auto step working. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really using the auto function. I just do it myself. The FMC there was calculating a step in about 150 miles or so. And I just because the max is like now 361. If you climb at 360 now, it's gonna be a little bit tight. You can see there on the PFD, this amber line there will be 360 will be much further up, and this one will come down a little bit. So the space you have between the high speed regime and the low speed is much narrower, so it's good to kind of keep a margin a little bit. So if you want to delay the step, then on the cruise page you put step 0, and then I put decimal 84 for the crossing when you enter the Oceanic airspace, flying a fixed Mach number, and then adding up the step myself later on 30 west, climbing to 360, just as a reference. If this number there increases a little bit more quickly, then we can climb a little bit earlier, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So what we'll do is that we'll set our good old rings. We are obviously ETOPS today. We've got Shannon, 420 miles, which is about 1 hour of flying. And beyond these 420 miles, obviously, that's when we start. We enter the ETOPS sector. To the north, we've got Keflavik, and then the other ETOPS alternate is well, actually Keflavik is not one of the ETOPS today. ETOPS is Shannon and St. John's. So CYYT. which is obviously on the other side in Canada. So we can see that about 20 west here we enter the top sector. Keflavik, which is, let's say, on the map around here, we're gonna be kind of flying along the 420 circle for Keflavik, and then we'll catch up the 420 nautical mile ring for St. John's, obviously, later on. But as I said, 420 is only for 1 hour flying time. We are like certified for 2:07 minutes with GE engines, so that's more than 3 hours away from suitable diversion point. No, you would just tell ATC when you want to climb, and if it's possible, then they would let you climb. You don't really plan for the steps on the ground so much because you don't really know when you're gonna climb, and sometimes the weight of the aircraft is a little bit different and stuff, so you can't always climb when you think you're gonna be able to climb. So but yeah, whenever you feel it's appropriate to climb, then you will ask ATC, and obviously they will give you a clearance to climb, I guess, just one level up. So also, if we are to lose an engine, we would go down to 220. Well, we can go down actually to 24, and on the way opposite 230. Okay. We can start the fuel. So in core we had 52.1, and we were supposed to have, looking at the flight plan, $53.6. Okay. No, 51.6. Sorry. So 51.6 at Incourt, and we had 52.1. So we saved about 500 kilos of fuel, which is good. So obviously on these long flights, it's quite important to keep track of the fuel consumption. And that's about it, really. So already over the ocean. Yep. You can just see the west coast of Ireland there, slowly disappearing away. Yeah. Weather looks quite good over the ocean. There was no major weather reported or forecast, so crossing should be good. We're going to play around a little bit with all the pages there. We've got the electric system, the hydraulics, it's the fuel, air synoptic. Everything is looking good. The doors are all automatic. The gear, yeah. All the tires are inflated, and the brake temperature is already cooled. The flight controls are all looking good as well. Camera. Yeah. That is actually quite cool in flight as well to have the camera like this. That's about it. So obviously to start the crossing, what you would do would to start asking for your Oceanic clearance would be to go to flight information here. Unfortunately, it's not simulated. We go to flight information, and then you would have 3 prompts here. One is for the first one is for requesting clearance when you're at an airport, so just your normal data link clearance, then Oceanic clearance, and then your ATIS request. So you would go on to the second prompt and start filling in. There's some sort of a bit like a table opening up, and you would fill up all the information with the time of the entry and the speed and the level, you know, all the usual parameters to ask for your Oceanic clearance, and then send the clearance. You will get like an acknowledgement that the clearance request has been received and to stand by, and then if maybe no reply, and the next 15 minutes or so, whatever it is, to revert to voice procedures. But very quickly you will get like a reply with the actual Oceanic clearance message. So it will tell you, for example, Shamrock 137 cleared to Boston via a random route. It would give you a detail of all the routing from Dogal at whatever the time is to be. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Sorry, I missed that. I was rambling on there. You don't get the